Types of animation. We all love animation, don't we? What I mean by that is that I enjoy every aspect of it. So we have this video which will tell us all about the different types of animation. There are many softwares and many styles, but here we will look only at a few of the different kinds of animation. So let us take some examples and talk about them. So here goes. This is a showcase. So we are hoping that you will watch at least some of these films, or at least appreciate some aspects of these films at the end of this video. We hope that you will enjoy them. So let's start with the weird ones. With the increasing popularity of CGI, there's a lot of live action films that incorporate animation in this process, either as separate segments or specific elements in the film. The first kind of films we have are films with minor animated segments, like The Enchanted. The other case is more popular these days, with movies such as Avatar and Jungle Book, which try to blur the line between animation and live action. But the kind of film that we want to talk about here is the one where animated characters interact with live characters. Films such as Space Jam, Mary Poppins, and the best example of such a film is a film called Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Please watch some segments of this film, and I hope you will like it. In recent years, these films have gained a lot of popularity. Roger Rabbit embraces the silliness of animation and mixes it with an interesting detective plot. The animation shows a master degree of movement with little bit else, like Roger's ears constantly reacting to his emotions, and the camera constantly moving with and around the characters. Along with the animation, having live voice for animated characters make these films more interesting. As technology improves, these animations become easier to do. So far, Who Framed Roger Rabbit is the best in this type of film. The next type is the stop motion. Keeping the physical object in presentation, stop motion animation earns a spot due to the incredible work it requires to animate these kinds of sets. While this kind of set does not need a cartoonish aesthetic, it is a trend that is appreciated. Unfortunately, the digital era is taking away most of the jobs. This style is very difficult. That is why there are very few studios doing this kind of work today, and there are very few films in this genre. The one film that is most famous in this genre is The Nightmare Before Christmas. The animation in this film has a distinctive style among most stop motion films. I hope you'll enjoy it. The next is the 3D animation. As we all know, 3D animation is now becoming the norm all over the world. Films such as The Ice Age, Kung Fu Panda have become immensely popular. I am sure some of you have watched these films and enjoyed them. The companies making these films are Disney, Pixar, and DreamWorks. One of the great examples of this type of film, apart from the films already mentioned, is How to Train Your Dragon. The animation gives a sense of detail and surrounding that's almost realistic. So, the future of this medium is very, very bright. Western animation. Since traditional animation has such difference in styles, let us split them into two categories: the Western and the Eastern animation. The story of traditional Western animation is huge. In the 80s, we had films such as Dumb Blondes, An American Tail, and The Secret of Nemo. In the late 90s, there were productions such as The Prince of Egypt. But the most famous studios of animation is Walt Disney Animation Studios. Some of the memorable films that they produced were Mulan, A Hunchback of Notre Dame, and The Princess and the Frog. But by far, the best in this genre is Fantasia, or another film called The Emperor's New Groove, The Great Mouse Detectives, and the best of them all, The Rescuers. Unfortunately, because of digital technology, this kind of animation is disappearing in the West. However, it's different in the East. Eastern animation is wonderful, and Japan is the king of this style. The best example of this kind of animation is the great director Satoshi Kon's Paprika and Millennium Actress. Eastern animation is wonderful, and Japan is the king of this style. The best example of this kind of animation is Satoshi Kon. The best example of this kind of animation is the great director Satoshi Kon's Paprika and Millennium Actress. This is an amazing time to be alive and see the amazing world of animation.